right, ready to go here.
Leading off
Trey
here
Turner at the
afternoon,
plate.
Shortstop, number 7, Trey Turner.
And that's how he gets started here in Los Angeles. Check swing. No appeal. Ball 2.
Nice job to keep the hands back on that one. Out in front just a little bit.
Breaking ball misses down and away. That one misses.
Ball 4. Take
so
your base.
lead off walk.
He did not take the
second,
bat off his
designated
shoulder
hitter,
the entire
Kyle
at bat.
Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And there's one down. Here comes Bryce
Batting
Harper.
third, first baseman Bryce Harper.
In the dirt, blocked. To second, but way too late, safe there. And now a man into scoring position. Man at second. Liner caught at second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Alec Bohm in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And on second, 2 down. There's a swing and a miss.
Good fastball going early until they show they can make some good contact. You keep on throwing the pitch.
In the dirt. 2-2 now.
Hey.
And that is that. Back here at Dodger Stadium. And on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, Zach Wheeler. What do we need to know here about the right-hander? Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. On the ground, Turner. On the run, throw to first.
No, he's out.
And very nicely done for the out.
Batting second.
So here's Kyle Tucker now.
Tucker.
Swing and a miss. Strike one. Wheeler. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Batting third, catcher.
2 outs,
Will
base is empty.
Smith.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Swing and a miss. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch, execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Got him. Third out. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. Foul ball there.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Fought off foul. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Right fielder, Adolis
In steps
Garcia.
Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. Swings through that high fastball. Sheehan, in his third season, 26 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick in 2021. Here's the 0-2. And El Bombi is kept in check with the K. This is Bryson Stott. Gets under it and pops it up. Fair ball.
Waste no time there. That's one of those things
Batting
where, as a
eighth,
hitter, you
center
kind of feel
fielder,
like you were
Justin
due for
Crawford.
something like that to drop in for you. No matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat as of late,
Ball,
you
that's
just
just
fought it
out.
off and dropped it in there perfectly.
Justin Crawford in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate.
Did he
Crawford
go?
checks his swing, appealed to third, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. You clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
No score here in the second. In the dirt. And the runner stays where he is. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Bottom of the second. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hit. Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
In the air, left field. And he misses it. It drops in. And he'll pull into second safely.
He was all over that one. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely that ball.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Man at second. Strike 2.
Ooh, Baez. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Harper hauls it in for the out. 1 down. Once he digs in. And there's a foul ball. That one fouled off. 0-2 now. Fights it off. You'll see another. The Dodgers with a chance to score first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Batting
And he's
7th,
registered
center
3 Ks in
fielder,
this one.
Andy
So digging in,
Paez.
Andy Paez. Swing and a pop-up. Stop. Settles under this one. And that is that. Back here in L.A., on to the third
Catcher,
inning. Rafael
Rafael
Marchand
Marchand.
stands in for the Phillies.
No. Inside.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Takes it in for the out. So the Philly batting order turns over. Here's Turner now.
Trey Turner.
Walk to open the ball game. On the ground to the left. It's in and out of his glove. Throw sails over his head at first. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The throw to third.
Out on the
and
tag.
he's out trying for 3. Here comes Schwartz to the plate. He popped out his first time. Top of the third, no score. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Throw on to Freeman, and the Phillies are set down in order. Back here at Dodger Stadium, set for the bottom of the third, Alex Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a big swing and a miss.
You know, these Dodgers definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog.
The 0-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Ha-Seong Kim getting ready to hit. And he chases that one below the zone. Popped up. Turner moving under this one. Takes it in for the out. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Shohei Ohtani. He's 0 for 1.
Shohei Ohtani.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that extends the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. It sounded different than most hits coming off the bat. You don't need numbers to tell you the ball was hit extremely hard, but at 115 miles per hour, that's not an exit velocity you see very often. Very impressive.
Ohtani off of first with 2 away. And that's in the dirt. And to count 1-2. Up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. What a play. Inning over. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Start of the fourth. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies. Off
Ball,
the mark
that's out.
there. And it's 1-0. Next offering is fouled back. The 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. That's towards center. 1 away. And here comes Alec Bohm. Struck out looking his first time. In the air, right field. And there's 2 down. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
That's a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. A little out front there as he swings through it. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. to the right side. And Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. Throws to first in time. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Bottom 4, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith.
Catcher, Will Smith.
On the ground to short. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Hernandez in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Left field, way back there. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. And it'll be runners at second and third, only 1 away. Here's Max Muncy. Golden opportunity right here. Fouls away the first offering. The Dodgers threatening here in the bottom of the 4th.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Base hit, 1 run is in. Here comes the throw. He's in there.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Good job getting the foot down so he can catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
Pages in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
This one in the air, right field. Reaching down, makes the catch. Now it's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball.
Ball, that's out.
Muncy, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a swing and a miss. This one in the air, center field. Crawford under it. And that'll do it. Back here in L.A., ready now for the 5th inning. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Fouled off down the right side. Oh, 0-2 now. Got him swinging for the K. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And a foul ball. The Dodgers up by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Fouled off. He was late. And the 0-2. In the air to left center. Hernandez ranging after it. Grabs it on the run. Out. Number 2.
Up next for
Justin Crawford will hit next.
Justin Crawford.
Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Back here at Dodger Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Ha-Seong Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. 0-2 now.
That's a ball.
That one lifted to left. Marsh settles underneath it. Brings it in. And there's 1 down. Back to the top of the order now. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Swing and a ground ball. Boom. Throws on to first. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. 2 down, base is empty. Kyle Tucker digs in now. Swings and misses. 0-1.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
The 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the Phillies catcher, Rafael Marchand.
You know, these Phils, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
The 0-2. Out to short, and he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over, and he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it. So back to the top of the order. Here's Trey Turner. And that one fouled off.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you can find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
The 1-1. Base hit right field. And they have their first hit since the 2nd inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
1 away. Here comes the always dangerous Bryce Harper in a big situation. In the dirt, blocked. No advance. Good job behind the dish. 2 on, 1 out. Line shot into the gap should score at least 1. Runner around third. The run scores. Here comes a second. The tying run is in to score, and we are starting over.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle,
outside,
not a whole
that's
lot
a ball.
of velocity, right on top of it.
Boom. The next to hit takes ball 1. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here's the 0-1. Left field.
No,
And
that's
that's a foul ball.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One runs in. And he'll reach second with one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the...
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Will Klein.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
0-1 down. Spear to the mound. Runner might be in trouble. Handles, throws to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott, 1 for 2. Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is that. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 6th. Will. Steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Number 55, Chase Sugar.
Right side. Stop. Tosses to first. One pitch and one out. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
And that is out of play.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
March takes it in for the out. 2 down. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And first offering is fouled off. This one in the air, center field. Crawford gets under it. And that will end the inning. Back here in L.A., we go to the top of the 7th. Justin Crawford stands in for the Phillies. And that one fouled off. Late with the swing there.
Boog, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Rafael Marchand stands in for the Phillies. And right back to the mound. They get the tag on him, and that's the 2nd out. Back to the top of the order. Trey Turner now.
Trey Turner.
And that is that. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the 7th, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And it looks like he wants to go through the signs again.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
In the air to left center. And a quick out, number one.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. Just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Paz at the plate now as he chases after that one. Hammered, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
All over that one right there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field.
Runner on the go. Freeland at the plate now, and that's strike one.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture.
Runner on the go again. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And a base hit. Throws to second. They get the force, and that is out number two. Next to hit, Ha-Seong Kim.
No, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
It's through for a hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Very big at bat coming up as Shohei Ohtani steps into the box.
That's inside.
That one hammered but pulled foul. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper. The Dodgers with the go-ahead run at the plate. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That misses the zone. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him looking for the strikeout. We go to the 8th. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Pages settles underneath it. And there's one away. Here's Bryce Harper at the plate now. Growing up, he experienced the moment straight out of the Sandlot. Harper was getting ready to play for Team USA, but he didn't have a bat. So he borrowed one from his dad.
Okay.
The bat was autographed by Pete Rose. His dad wiped the autograph clean and told Bryce to use it. I'm not sure how many dads would have done that. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
0-2 now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Bohm stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Swing and a foul out of play.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Klein, 26 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2020. Throw on to Freeman, out number 3. On to the bottom of the 8th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Kyle Tucker. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one is back, and in one hops the wall. Now around second, going for third.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. He didn't smoke that ball, but he didn't have to, man. When you're working the ball gap to gap, there's so much open space out there. So I think that knock was all about his approach and that willingness to just let the ball get deep on it.
Smith in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. The tying run at the plate.
Ball.
Outside low, and it's 1-1.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground in the corners that they come home with
That's
the
ball
baseball
two.
instead of going to first base.
Misses
Ball knocked
outside,
outside.
and the count is 3-1.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
This is smacked left field line. Should be extra bases. Tucker scores, and now they trail by 1.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here's Freddie Freeman down. Line drive, and there's one down. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Hernandez in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. So the tying run at second. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
He's clearly out there throwing pitchers pitches in this situation. First base is open. If he walks him, no big deal.
That one's sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Here comes Max Muncy. That one misses. And the count even 1-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Takes it to the bag. That's one. And he's safe. Great effort, but it's a tie ball game. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Andy Pappas now at the plate. 1 for 3. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Runner edges away at second. This to third. And we stay tied as the inning ends. Back here at Chavez Ravine. All set to start the ninth in this one. Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now here is Adolis Garcia. This one in the dirt. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at second.
I appreciate wanting to move up there, but that ball didn't get very far away. And getting thrown out as a result, sometimes you can be too aggressive on the bases.
So a man aboard now with one away.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Stop in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Popped up to the left into foul ground. city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Christopher Sanchez. Ready to go now, J.J. Weatherholt getting ready to hit.
Number 26, J.J. Weatherholt.
And we're underway here in Philly. That clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
One and two now.
That's ball two.
Got him swinging. Here's the Cardinals lineup now. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, the key is to lay off pitches down in the zone until you're forced to swing. Set your sights higher in the strike zone, looking for something elevated, because sinkers are less effective up in the zone. They tend to flatten out. So when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
Mason Wynn at the plate now. That's ball one.
Outside, that's a ball.
Two-0. And that one missing
down.
Low. Top of the first, just getting started here in Philadelphia. And he walked him on four pitches.
Low.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
Runner on at first with one gone. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. That one misses. That's 5 straight. Ground ball left side.
Foul.
And it's just foul. That was close. Fouled off. He was late. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Line drive, base hit. And a go-ahead run into scoring position. One away.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
First and second, one out. And now it's Ivan Herrera. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Two on, one out. Oh, great stop. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice speed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
We go to the bottom of the first. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Matthew Liberatore. Trey Turner stands in for the Phillies.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against it.
And a foul ball. Yo, one. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. In the air, right field. Walker moving under it. He's got it. And there's one down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions. But I think even a little more so, there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Schwarber in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, you want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Swing and a miss at a slider. That one 95 to finish him off.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
So Harper stands in. Yeah, that's fouled off. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ball, that's out.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Swing and a miss. And now it's 3-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
The fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Welcome back, and we've got a new arm on the mound to start the second. Jose Alvarado. Here's Nolan Gorman.
Third baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And foul ball.
Ball.
Movement in the bullpen. Joan Duran, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Keller getting loose as well. The 1-1. And that one fouled off. The 1-2.
Ball inside.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. 112 miles per hour. The ball seemed to explode off the bat right there. He put everything together on that swing. So that's one of those knocks that feels a little extra sweet.
Now it's going to be Jordan Walker. Line drive. And now maybe extra bases. The go-ahead run moves up to third. He's held there with nobody out.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now the go-ahead run's in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late.
And up next for St. Louis, Nathan Church.
That's a ball.
Just missed. Two runners in scoring position. Nobody out. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Fouls away the first offering. Phillies fans want a strikeout. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is a big first out.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. And that's outside. Ball one. Two on, one out. That misses
that
off
ball
the
went out.
outside edge.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Good hitters count the 2-0. And fouled off. Second inning here, no score. Just missed. Victor Scott in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike two. Line drive, base hit. One runs in. Another comes in to score. And they lead by 2.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
One down. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Victor Scott. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Challenge from behind the dish here. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. And that one is lifted in the air. Marsh under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Cardinals, second baseman J.J. Weatherholt.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. J.J. Weatherholt will hit next. Struck out swinging his first time.
Ball 1.
Checks his swing, appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Pages off of first with 2 away. On the ground out to short. They take the force out. That's the inning.
I need you and your friends to show up at 10. We leave in the Benz truck. Uber Lux and some we rolled up. I know you when the night is peak. When you relax and dance with me. Slow. Hands on your hip, move slow. Heart in my chest beat fast, but on the gas, I hope that it lasts. Look. You spin my heart around. Full 360. You spin my heart around.
Swagger when I step, walk in looking like a jet, feeling like a million, forgot about my rent. She be in the city, opposite of innocent. And Benny called up friends, to bring a friend. Took a girl from the to the podium. Now the guys in here, high sodium. It's a lonely man, things ain't going as planned, but it's a real life. Look, I protect my neck with necklace. She protect, I rock her nexus. I forget that we got X.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Houston Astros. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. On the hill here today, Hunter Brown. Just about ready to roll. Chase Meidroth steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Chase Meidroth.
And away we go this afternoon. There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And there's one down.
Batting second, shortstop.
Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Colson Montgomery now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. Way inside, gets out of the way. Got him swinging.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Digging in,
Nope.
Miguel Vargas. Two down, nobody on. And that skips in the dirt. Fouled off left side.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
The 2-1.
Ball.
Just
That's
missed.
inside.
Check swing called strike. And the count's full. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. And he walked
That's
him.
ball four.
And he heads down to first as a potential
four.
go-ahead
First
run
baseman,
after that
Munetaka
long
Murakami.
AB ends in a walk. Munetaka Murakami digs in now. He's got some power, no doubt.
Hey.
The 0-1. Foul ball there. 2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first.
Ball one. That's a ball.
And down on strikes. That's the 3rd out. Now here come the Astros. No score. Back after this on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Getting the start for the Chicago White Sox, Shane Smith. Stepping in, Jeremy
Leading off this
Pena.
afternoon, shortstop, number 3, Jeremy Pena.
Ripped to third and caught. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now we check out the Astros lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating.
Nope, that's a ball.
You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Ball. That's down.
Next
Ball,
pitch
that's
is
off the plate.
outside. That one hammered, but pulled foul. The 3-1. And there's ball 4.
Nope.
Well, he
Ball
tried
four.
to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Runner on at first with one gone. Air Jordan steps in to take his hacks. Pitch
Ball
misses
one.
there, and that is ball one.
Hey!
Comes up empty. That's strike two. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
Now Correa up to hit.
Inside, ball two.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Line drive, and that's down. A base hit. They hold the runner at second, so another base hit could get us our first run in this one.
Recognize the break on that pitch early, and that allowed him to keep his front shoulder in. You know, it's easy to bail on those front door breaking balls, but a great job right there, letting it travel, then unloading a nice balanced swing.
First and second, 2 outs. Joey Loperfido, the next to hit. Altuve at second. Correa on at first with 2 down. Ground ball left side. They get the force, and that will end the inning. On to the second inning now from Dyken Park. No score. Back here in Houston, top of the second, Austin Hayes steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That's a ball.
Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
Out towards right center field. Smith under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting sixth, left fielder Andrew Benintendi.
Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit.
Inside, ball one.
No score here in the second. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
One and two now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
And here is Sosa to the plate. Fouled off down the right side. On the ground. Altuve slings to first, and that'll do it. From Dodger Stadium, we've got baseball on the show. It's the San Diego Padres taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Ready to go. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
Number 23, Fernando Tatis Jr.
And we are underway. Tatis wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Strike 2. Ohtani, a righty that throws with power. 31 years old and a 4-time MVP. One of the faces of the league. Oh. Oh. Now all even up. On the ground to the left. Into the outfield, base hit. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Batting second.
Jackson Merrill will hit next. And look out. As that one ran in and got him.
Third baseman, Manny Machado.
Manny Machado to the dish for a pivotal at bat.
Nope, that's high.
First and second here, no outs. Swing and a foul out of play. Here's a 1-1. Almost got him.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 2-1. Fastball is outside. Ramon Laureano in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Tatis over at second. Merrill on at first with nobody out. And that'll load the bases.
Take it back.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Here's Ramon Laureano. Golden opportunity right here. Fouls away the first offering. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout there. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, but it certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
Sheets in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1. And that one clips the corner. The 0-2. Ball one there. One out, base is full. Battling here as he fouls it away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The next pitch misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
That's a really good take.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a ball popped up. Infield fly called there.
Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there.
If they don't pick up at least 1 run here, this will be a very disappointing inning. When you load the bases with nobody out, you've got to get at least 1 run. You're thinking 2 to 3, so they need a big hit right here. Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Fouls away the first offering.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And that one fouled off.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Pods leave them loaded. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And on the mound for San Diego in this one, Michael King. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Here's your 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Here's Kyle Tucker. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. And fouled off.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Here's the 0-2. And that one gets past the catcher. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Go ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out. Liner snagged it first.
No, he's safe.
Throw not in time as he's able to get back to avoid the double play. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And this is an offense with a ton of pop, top to bottom, Siggy.
Yeah, well, some players will say that home runs are mistakes. They were just a little too quick. Not this club. They're looking to hit the ball over the fence. Not any speedsters in this lineup. Not players that were looking to run around the bases. They're looking to jog. And I expect to see that kind of approach in this one.
Mookie Betts in the box, lays off for ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Padres. Jeremiah Estrada, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Morejon warming up as well. Two balls, no strikes to count.
Well, this is a little tough for the hitter. In the back of the mind, you're wondering with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back. Let your hands work. Stay in the middle of the field.
Freddie Freeman in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. And strike 1 to Mookie Betts. Chopped left side. Low throw, and he can't pick it.
Well, we're going to see throwing errors from third base from time to time, and that's a pretty good example of why. If you don't get behind the throw properly, it's really easy to throw a power sinker over there to first. And first baseman, I'm sure he wants another shot at that pick, try to bail out his teammate, but that was just a tough one to come up with.
Clutch situation, and here comes one of the best hitters in these spots, Freddie Freeman. That misses. Ball 1. Runners at first and second with one gone. This one in the air center field. Merrill under it. Brings it in.
Batting fifth, catcher Will Smith.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
On the ground, right side. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Nothing on the board for the Dodgers in the first. We're back on the show from Chavez Ravine in a few. No score. Welcome back, and we've got a new arm on the mound to start the second. Tanner Scott.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth.
San Diego, second baseman Jake Cronenworth.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Edwin Diaz, the closer, is getting loose. Vesia, a left-hander, also throwing. That one well upstairs. And 1-1. That one ripped. And that's got extra bases written all over it. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second. A lot riding on this next at-bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
Here's Miguel Andujar, known for his late inning heroics. Man at second. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Larry Bullard, our umpire behind the plate.
Bullard's got a pretty standard strike zone. Sometimes they'll have you guessing a little bit, but overall, well-respected umpire in the league.
Base hit into the outfield. Around third. Here's the throw. Safe. In comes the run from second. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. No outs. Runner at first. Next for the Padres, Freddie Fermin. And he grounds one to the right side. Into the outfield. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Tanner Scott done for the afternoon. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Alex Vesia.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Fernando Tatis Jr. 1 for 1. He singled to left his first time through. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Andujar at second. Fermin at first with no outs. Vesia. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. This one in the air, center field. Pajas has a beat on it. He makes the grab.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Jackson Merrill steps to the plate in a clutch situation. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Check swing, no appeal. And that is ball one. One out. Runners at first and second. Swing and a pop-up. Freeland gets there. He's under it. That's out number 2.
Next for the Padres, third baseman, Manny Machado.
And now it's Manny Machado. He reached out a walk his first time.
Ball 1.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And another ball. Tap foul at the plate. Hit slowly on the ground. Muncy whips it across. They limit the damage here.
Ay, ay, los pongo a bailar la pelúa. El que no baile que lo despelucan. No me cuquen, lean los números pa' que se eduquen. Yo no hago canciones, hago himnos pa' que no caduquen. En este género yo fui un Hadouken. Ey, y se extinguieron como los dinosaurs. Antes que me apague, se apaga el sol. Subimos y rompimos el ascensor. El prepa que les tiro Barbasol. Conejo, ahora los miro de arriba y de lejos. Ey, no contesto DM, no. Hablen con mi manejo, pero él también va a pichar. Te juro que yo no me quise embichar. Ey, pa' mi crush, shh, ya me aburraste. Y yo sí soy Milly sin usar Richard. Yankee se retira y vamos a switchar. Voy a ser el jefe, me van a fichar. Mi nombre por siempre se me escucha. Y porque estoy en mi pick. Estoy en mi pick. Soy un rey, campeón, busca el ti. Ay, ay, estoy en mi pick. Ay, estoy en mi pick. Mírame lo que me convertí. Le molesta mi premio de compositor, pero es que ya nadie compone ninguna. Esta gente escribe en sus canciones, eso no se emocionen. El disco más vendido de este año. Lo llevé para la escuela, todo el mundo tratando de hacerle secuela. Siguen en la...
About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Chicago Cubs going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And getting to start, Chris Sale. Just about to get started. Michael Busch digs in now.
First baseman, number 29, Michael Busch.
And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. Oh, 1 now. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
In the air, right field. And there's one away. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Alex Bregman now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. One and two now. Sale fouls it back with 2 strikes. Hard ground ball, base knock. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.